Hello guys, Hatred Elemental back once again with Draco Soda's here. And we are back in Mag Mammal 2, where Mars, who's complaining about us humans complaining about having to walk and telling us to install treads, and Nailman over here. Hello.
Have you taken on the dojo yet? Some of the challenges there are tough as nails! Ayy!
Yes, Trinatro Man, I remember you.
Burner Man. Oh, hi. It's nice to get a breath of fresh air every once in a while. I'm glad this festival is happening.
I should follow up. Oh yeah, I got a note after the last one. After the last episode, telling us that we need to go somewhere at the chateau.
Have you tried Nightman's Chivalrous Cider? It's fantastic!
No. What did the note say for us to do? Huh?
So you came.
Huh? Who are you and why are you cloaked? Is it Sans?
That is confidential, but all you need to know is that I can prove a worthy acquaintance. How are you feeling about the festival so far? I must ask. I've just arrived and I'm only just getting to know it.
It's fine. The note said that you were giving info. What do you want?
Ah, yes, the info. Let's say this. Say, have you ever thought about just the potential of these simulations? With being able to mess with reality and whatnot? It's quite a thought, is it not? Wily! It can be used quite easily to solve all the world's problems. There, as always, could be evil uses for it. I shudder to think what one could do with the power.
Why are you telling me this? Are you plotting something?
What? I'm not plotting anything. However, there are plenty of, prolific celebrities that could be plotting anything right now. I could easily prove to you that I'm not plotting anything anyways. We've met before, in fact. Either way, thank you for showing up. I just would have liked to, chat with you. I found this E-tank when exploring the festival. You can take it if you want.
Okay.
Oh, Mega Man! I was hoping you'd show up. I have something important to tell you. I assume you've heard of these nickels that I'm looking for. These are called Noble Nickels. They're special tokens scattered all around the simulations. They're quite valuable, and I'm seeking them out. If you can get certain numbers of them, I can reward you handsomely.
Okay.
Booga booga! Snooshka blurga! Okay.
Yokoman!
Ah, how exquisite to see you again. You can never escape my image, for I am a public domain character. Freeze Man. If you ever find yourself in a tough or inescapable spot, just press 2. It'll solve all of your problems. Hyperstorm H!
It's always refreshing to grab a bit of beer after a long day. Have you seen the other Genesis unit, guys?
Maybe over here? I don't know.
Yes!
Yeah, the rebinding of the controls doesn't seem to want to work, by the way.
Shameless plugman. Buy craft beer. With my crystal ball, you can learn the truths of this world. However, it comes at a price. Give 20 bolts to learn my secrets. In the numinous proving grounds we call the dampening. After sliding near the start, use the Sakugarn. Bounce as high as you can see, higher still from the landing on the right. Thank you, Mega Man. You have bought me another ale. In the fantastical proving grounds we call the dampening, use the wheel to reach the 4 remote mines. To their right lies the key. Proceed with utmost caution. After rising on the frothing bubbles, the buster can open the path. Thank you, Mega Man. You've bought me another ale.
Okay.
Oh my god, this is... Is there an actual plot to this?
Oh yeah. Alright, but... No. Oh yes. Rush City.
15.8, 21, 9, 13, 21, 15.
Let us begin!
What is this?
No skip teleporter. This should be good. Killer bullets! Rush.
Is there anything here? Hello? I'm afraid I am confused.
I don't get this at all.
Well, that's not a thing. Yes, we do go down. Thank you! Huh? How many of them were in there? They were all stacked together. You guys on solid ground?
Bumby Hellies!
Oh. Oh. Okay. Wasn't prepared.
We're prepared now.
Ah! Okay.
Uh-oh. Oh, hi. Thanks for finishing the level. There's an optional ride bike race that does lead to more goodies.
Okay.
This is nice. That's not how you do it.
Alright, gimme. I'm curious. What is this about? You cannot change weapons here. Even though, strangely enough, you can change weapons on this in the credits. I, went to the credits in the title screen. Oh, those are instant death.
At least with the bike. Is this gonna be like the Battletoads tunnel level?
Hope not. Even though I've never played Battletoads.
Regarded as one of the hardest NES games out there. Troll.
Why must you be that way? Okay. Oh! Ma!
Leap of faith.
Leap of faith, man.
There's no life system here, though, so...
Nope.
You done did it dumb.
Is that like a... Yeah, that's a bug. I don't like you. Okay.
Well, they made it optional.
That they did. I jumped! Alright, yeah. I don't need goodies.
First time I've heard you say that. If you are having problems, remember, touching the sides won't kill you. Also, some parts need speed to get over them. Credits. Ultimatia for the Duke Nukem tile set, Earthworm Jim music by Shiny and Interplay.
Oh, this is Earthworm Jim music.
And a Duke Nukem tile set. Hail to the king, baby.
There are two. I need to get that. Alright, got here again. Let's try this out. Draco and I were just saying it takes a special kind of talent to make a stage that's both boring and frustrating. We had quite a bit of trouble getting back here. Really, it was right there.
You gotta be kidding me.
We were so close.
The level just feels very empty. Like, there's some ideas here, but there's just not much going on in general. The only real difficult part is the part with bladers, and that's really only because bladers are hell to deal with. The wave bike section is sometimes unfair because Rider Joes can surprise you out of nowhere and knock you into pits.
I agree.
Other than that, there's not much happening. I guess there's a tiny bit of a difficulty curve, but the level seems so sparse that I feel like I'm just grasping at straws. I wish there was just more in general here.
This level didn't feel like much effort was put into it. I basically flew over an empty section with Rush Jet. You're actually meant to jump down, but it looks like a pit, so I flew over it. It was mostly flat with some Crystal Joes. I fell down 2 screens, fought some enemies, and that was it. In the optional wave bike section, there's no indication whatsoever that those gray blocks actually kill you.
This level was kinda over before it started, and sadly it didn't really have any clear direction. The challenges presented are janky and seem unfinished, and the optional bonus section that ends in a not-so-optional exit is something that could have been easily made the main gimmick of the level. This level needed both more focus and more testing to be substantial in any way, unfortunately.
It could have been better. The level design is pretty bad, with all the enemies being extremely unpredictable. One jump being overly precise, and the wave bike section being highly unfair with ridiculous enemy placement. Also, the visuals are pretty bad. Other than that, there's nothing interesting to say here. It's a pretty bland level.
It compares to something when the bare minimum is applied to enemy layouts. This is done here. For such a generic level, that might just be the worst tile set selection you could have gone for. I'm sure not even the game this is taken from looked this boring. Duke Nukem, right? Nothing really happens in this stage. There is a wave bike section at the end, which was alright, and a decent enough challenge, just enough to wake the player up. Even this is bungled a bit. Why do the spikes here look like generic blocks? This is just confusing. There is also the most laughably poor attempt at a boss fight I have ever seen here. Worst enemy type to select for your endgame, considering there were actual bosses in the dev kit, and even much better mid-bosses. I really think you should have made just the wave bike segment the actual endgame and not tried to make it optional, because now players will have to go through your stage twice just to pick up both elements with nothing changing in between. Yeah, no, this was fairly poor and very dull.
I agree. So yeah, I think we can do one more.
Dive Man! That one under Gigavolt Man!
Which one was this, 71? Or 72? 71, yeah.
They told me that there'd be treasure down here, but I've spent hours here and found nothing!
Alright. Gigavolt Man, 17.2, 19, 11, 18, 24, 14. 3 stars and 1 energy element.
Ah.
Nice remix.
Even if it is default music. Dude.
Oh!
Okay, we have Sheepman blocks.
Oh, those are from Sheepman's stage.
Yeah. Shield attacker, where did you go?
Okay, we go this way. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Oh, this is like right out of Sheepman's stage.
Haha! I got them all. This music reminds me of Legend of the Brofist, honestly.
Good game. Surprised we haven't played it yet.
I tried to, but I ended up just scrapping, deleting the footage. No! Okay, down.
Oh, you're cute.
Come on.
This is just silly.
Oh, pretty clever uses of an intentionally, pretty clever use for a, just no ceiling. Okay. Nope, gotta time that better.
Says.
Alright, got the star.
Re-cheesed it! Oh, hi, Big Snakey! We're dead now!
Thanks for playing.
No checkpoint so far.
Great.
But we got the stars.
Alright.
Bring it on, Big Snakey!
Any health? No, you're not gonna give me anything?
Snapper traps.
Pistons.
Okay.
That's not too bad.
That's a fake ladder!
Whoa, hey!
That probably wasn't intentional, but... Okay, so... what's this?
I don't trust this one bit.
What is it? Dr. Light!
Okay. Volt.
And is that a Lekman.exe up there?
I don't know.
Also, Legend of Renegade music here. Mega Man 1 boss theme Sega Genesis remix. Or at least it's a Genesis remix of the boss theme.
Oh, come on now. Can't I just hit you? Yes, thank you. What's the point of you up there? Do you have a point? Purpose? Got everything
Hey! This level is designed extremely bizarrely. It goes all over the place with what it actually wants to use in the level. The only things that seem to stay consistent are the Sheepman and Electman blocks. I don't think there is more than 2 of any enemy in the whole level. Spawners don't count, you dip. Some of the enemy placement honestly baffles me. There's a crazy cannon near the beginning that you can just snipe from afar with no danger. There are literally shield attackers that just are out of your reach and just hit a wall you'll never get to and turn around and despawn. The list goes on. Really, the only threatening enemy challenge was the one with the Sniper Joe and Doc runs, and that just felt more unfair and dumb than actually challenging. There's some okay challenges with the Sheepman platforms, but the setups are far from interesting. It's just a really confusing and weird level overall. It also reeks of lack of testing, because there's a Mega Man 10 Crusher that crashes the game somehow right after you encounter it, and I had to move it myself to make the level beatable.
I don't know, man. This level is just so broken. The biggest example is the checkpoint in the Snakey room. The Snakey will still be on your screen when you respawn, and it will be able to shoot the player, making it harder to get to the ladder. The whole level really felt like it was tested with with the weapons, as a lot of rooms were hard to get through without using super arrow or wire adapter to get to certain areas.
This stage confuses me the longer I stay in it, to be honest. The theme of using the disappearing blocks is hinted at, but they often take a backseat to random enemy encounters, often with an amount of enemies too large to be healthy in any capacity. There's a part at the start of the level where it looks like going left is the way to go, but it only leads to a wall, rendering all enemies in that room useless. The final corridor is completely empty, leading me to believe it was left unfinished. There's a broken ladder near the end of the stage, and the boss room expects the player to read the message before Volt Man is defeated. But only sane players will take care of the boss fight. The boss first. This level is all over the place, and I didn't find it to be all that enjoyable. Sorry.
I just don't see anything that could potentially be interesting in this stage. The concept in general is pretty flawed, as it's just a generic level painted in a Electman stage. The biggest issue, in my opinion, is the level design, which, depending on the section, is either filled with poorly placed obstacles, empty and absolutely boring, or happens to be that one area where there's so many spawning enemies and obstacles that it's practically impossible to avoid them without taking damage. At least the music choice was fine, but I can't think of anything else that's positive.
This is, at its heart, an incredibly average stage, because nothing about the ideas and layout here is necessarily bad in any way. Some things are used okay, weird enemy selection, and every so often there's a good idea here. This is let down by its horrifically lazy execution. So you're taking an already average stage and making it worse. Was there any playtesting? I came across a ton of errors that even a first playthrough of the stage would catch. There's misplaced and missing collision blocks, for example, there's a very obvious non-functional ladder that will kill the player if they try to use it, overlapping Sheepman blocks, and frankly I'm not entirely sure the Gutsman Lift Nobel Nickel is even possible without Rush or Super Arrow, despite looking like it should be. There's a screen where an invisible block stops you from proceeding unless you slide underneath said invisible block, fixed post-judging, and hell, one of the jumps would be borderline impossible except for the collision detection not being present where there logically should be. Your checkpoint placement is bizarre. The player spawns next to a mini-boss. The layout makes the player waste time, enemies despawn themselves on static screens, gimmicks show up once and are never used again, and for some weird reason you stuck the barriers in the Frostman's level in the most inappropriate place you could put them. Final point, this has got to be the worst possible way you could implement a fan robot master. I know you don't have to know how to code to enter this, but surely it's possible to at least replace Voltman's graphics? If you wanted a cameo that badly, he needed to be placed before the boss fight, because no one in their right mind is going to talk to him in the middle of a fight with Voltman, which the text seems to indicate was the intention. This isn't the worst level ever, but it might very well be the laziest. Put a bit more effort in!
Yeah.
You could interact with the Luckman.exe? I Splash Woman!
Ugh! Oh,
I'll
do it. Ugh! I can't believe the only place in the festival with enough water for me to visit is this. No, you do it. I can't talk today.
Ugh! I can't believe the only place in the festival with enough water for me to visit is the sewer! This sucks!
Sorry.
Chanky Maker. I'm loving this festival! Although when I come to this area of the festival, I start feeling ill for some reason. I can't quite put my finger on why. Really?
I convey to you now a particular message, which pertains to me acknowledging the existence of one who has recently come into close proximity of me as to be able to communicate effectively.
Okay.
That's weird. Okay, but, with that, I'm going to end things off here. Sorry about the shorter video, but hey, why not? Got someplace to be in about 20 minutes and, running out of time. So, until next time, this is Hatred Elemental and Draco Sotazir signing out. We hope that you guys enjoyed, and we will see you next time.
Peace!